One Piece chapter 1183, let's talk about. But before we get on with the review, make sure to subscribe for more One Piece content and turn on post notification if you don't want to miss a video when I upload. Now the chapter starts off with Loki and Emu clashing, and Emu goes to say that Luffy and Loki are not worth becoming a soldier, so therefore he decided not to cast a Domi Reversi on them and just wants to get rid of them. This probably has something to do with the fact that Emu couldn't use Domi Reversi on them on that certain chapter. And after the part where Emu and Loki were clashing, we then get to see the Rain God Zaza, who was apparently shown in the previous chapter to have captured the giants, kids, and Ripley, along with the other giant parents, surrounded the gigantic Rain God Zaza and tries to take back their children from it. We then get to the most important part of the chapter. But before that, Usopp, Nami, and Jinbei asks Brook what his connection is with Gonko, because apparently they noticed that Brook recognizes Gonko, so they had to ask him what his connection with her is. Jinbei then goes on to say that if Brook doesn't decide what to do with Gonko, they won't be able to move on. They won't be able to get on with their next move. What are they gonna do to get back in a fight? Then Brooks goes on to explain the fact that Gonko, who was apparently named Shuri, was revealed to be a princess where Brook came from. Now, it was apparently revealed in this chapter that Brook came from a kingdom in the West Blue called Esparia, and that Gonko, like I said, was named Shuri, was actually the princess of that kingdom where Brook came from. And after this Brook, Nami, Jinbei, and Usopp dialogue, we then get to the flashback part where Brook has finally been shown to be in his younger days. We finally got to see Brook in his younger days, which is like how many years ago now? In this flashback, we were shown to see Brook together with Shuri talking about a woman by the name of Candle, who happens to be the queen of Brook's kingdom. Brook was also talking about how madly in love he was with Candle, and we were also shown to see Shuri's father and the king of Esparia, whose name is Leuven, and he was also mentioned to be apparently Brook's brother in this chapter. Man, so many revelation about Brook's past. And also, I just want to point out that there's actually a panel in this chapter where Brook was shown to be floating in the sky and dancing like sun god Nika. Now, as we all have noticed, Brook and Shuri have something, a bit of a very big connection with each other in the past, but we just don't really know what got them separated, which I'll get to that in a moment. And after Leuven's introduction, one of his men came to him and reported that his castle or his territory was apparently attacked by a group of gangsters called the Moron Gangsters, or the Moron family, which is kind of a funny pronunciation, by the way. And it was stated that the leader of this gangster had feelings for Candle, and that Brook also mentioned that he already encountered them earlier in the harbor, and that the moment they encountered with each other, he already had sliced them to bits. And so in the last panel of this chapter, we were finally shown Candle's face, and in this last panel, it was also stated that this was actually only the peaceful days of the Esparia Kingdom. Now, there's something I want to talk about regarding that statement. That statement, which says that this was only the peaceful part of the Esparia Kingdom, makes me think that in the next probably few chapters of Albov arc, we'll probably get to see the chaotic part of Esparia, where Brook and Shuri were separated, which has probably shown the reason why they're both actually separated from each other for a very long time. And yeah, that's all for chapter 1183 of One Piece. Now, there's something I actually want to address when it comes to Brook in this specific arc, the Elbaf arc. Now, we all know how everyone talks about the fact that this could be an arc where Usopp shines, right? Well, ever since Brook was shown to have a flashback with Gonko in that one chapter made everyone think that this isn't actually Usopp's arc and that this is actually Brook's arc, and everyone made a meme about it. In my opinion, from what I can tell, to me, this arc is probably going to be also all about Brook's story in the past. This is an arc where Brook's past is going to be revealed, and that this arc is also going to be Usopp's power-up arc, where we might get to see Usopp use observation haki again, just like the way he did in Dressrosa. But whether or not he masters observation haki really depends on how this story will go on, depending on how the situation will change. This is where we're gonna wrap up the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this One Piece chapter 1183 review. If you guys did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe for more One Piece content, and turn on post notification if you don't want to miss a video when I upload. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good day and peace.